Close your eyes. Picture a foster child. What do you see? If you imagined an innocent little girl, you're half right. But there is another face to this tragedy, one our system ignores, one our statistics bury. The face of a broken boy. The numbers they hide. 1. The gender disparity disaster. Boys are 4.3 times more likely to enter foster care than girls. DHHS 2023 report. 76% of foster care abuse victims are male. National Foster Youth Institute. Average time in care, boys spend about 2.5 years longer waiting for adoption. Let me repeat that. 4 times as many boys. 3/4 of abuse victims. Years longer in limbo. This isn't an imbalance. This is systemic abandonment. And let's go to what's even worse, the sexual abuse epidemic on top of that. Group home boys are 11 times more likely to be sexually abused than the general population. The perpetrator breakdown is 38% foster parents, 29% staff, and 22% other foster kids. Quote, "Your Honor, he's a 15-year-old boy. He probably enjoyed the attention." Unquote. Now imagine saying that about any 15-year-old girl. Now ask yourself, why is it acceptable to say that about him, but not her? So the system discards boys, and this is why. So let's go to the 3 toxic beliefs. Belief number 1, boys are tougher. Reality is trauma rewires all developing brains, male or female. Belief number 2, they'll age into jobs. Data says 60% of male foster youth are homeless within 3 years of aging out. Belief number 3, girls need more protection. Irony, boys in care attempt suicide at 5 times the rate of girls. So I don't have the pre-recorded interview, but a former caseworker speaks out. I'm going to read what they've quoted. Quote, "We had this unspoken rule. Prioritize finding good homes for the girls first. The boys? As long as they weren't being actively beaten, we checked the box." Unquote. That caseworker just described child triage. And we call this a system? So the lifelong scars. Well, you got the prison pipeline. Foster boys are 14 times more likely to be incarcerated than peers. Veterans' grim joke. More foster alumni in prison than in college. The fatherhood crisis. Study says 82% of foster sons never see their own children. And the cycle repeats over and over and over and over. So here's some of the listener stories. I'm just going to read what they said instead of playing their voicemails. So first one is, quote, "I aged out at 18. First night, free. I slept behind a dumpster, felt safer than my last foster home. Unquote. Quote, they moved me 17 times in 6 years. How do you trust anyone after that? Unquote. What you just heard, there's someone's son, someone's father, someone's soldier, and America forgot them before they hit puberty. So, how do we actually fix this? That's the real question right now. Well, for me, one is immediate actions. Demand gender-neutral placement policies. Volunteer with groups like Foster Brothers, Mentorship for Boys. Report. Let me say that really loud here. Report abusive homes, even if just emotional neglect, because that is abuse. So what about long-term solutions? Class action lawsuits against biased agencies? Boycott charities that only showcase sweet foster girls in ads? Legislation, foster youth bill of rights with gender protections. So here's my challenge for you all this week. Actually, for this whole month. This month, I want you to research one group home in your state. Ask them, what's your male to female ratio? And then ask them why. All right, I got 3 questions pertaining to last episode of the male abuse victims. So we're going to read these ones here real quick. So question 1, why don't men's shelters exist? They do, but only 3 for every 100 women's shelters. Search Safe House Projects maps. Question 2. My friend joked about male teachers scoring with a student. How do I respond? Try, if it was your son, would it still be funny? Shuts it down real fast. Question 3. Where can male victims find therapists who won't judge? 1in6.org has vetted professionals. Let me say that again. 1 in 6.org. To every foster son listening right now, you were never disposable. You were never too broken to love. The system was just too small to hold your worth. But this space, this hour, it's yours. And so is the healing that is to come. Next week, we're going to talk about military sexual trauma, the 100,000 male victims no one sees. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful week.